So I'm going to show you some of these florilegi, right? So now we're blocking this plant here a little bit darker like this, and because now we have to draw those little marks like that. As I wait for this to dry, then you go get this box. So these are some of my favorites. So this is a Florilegio Imperial Florilegio, which was probably one of the this is Passiflora, right? And this is a Herbolario. I don't know if this is the same edition you have, but it's a friend of mine that she does this kind of stuff, and she does it for you can find these, they're not for sale, but you can find them used. And this is a friend of mine in Italy. She does these books, and it goes around. Now the series is over, but she goes around all over the place in Europe and researches images and puts them back together. So this is from the Austro-Hungarian region, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They're absolutely elegant, but they give you an idea of the level of cultural development they had. I mean, cultivating something so beautiful without necessarily, this was not connected with money, because they were making a few hand painted like this, and it would cost an enormity, but it was more to show the power, in this case, I think that was the Austro-Hungarian Empire, but I'm not sure. But they are just gorgeous. So these are all, look how beautiful this is, right? Beautiful this is. But I want to show you a couple more specifically. Yeah, Maria Teresa, yeah, that's the regent of Austria, right? Leopoldo, right? So, agave, and also some of these were connected with, look how gorgeous. I mean, it's just beautiful, right? So anyway, I want to show you some of my favorite. This is just beautiful, right? Sorry, man, this is just gorgeous. And one is Bauer Brothers, just to show you. This is Bauer were German, but they work for England. And what they did, they were two brothers, right? Bauer brothers were doing, one of the two Bauer brothers was traveling, going to in voyage of exploration. And the other one was staying put at the Kew Gardens. And the brother was traveling, was making beautiful drawings, right? And let me see if I can find the chart, the color chart, because that is really revealing. Here. So this is the color chart that they both had, right? And they had many of these charts, right? One was on the ship. You can imagine in 1700, you're on a ship, and you rock and roll basically and puke, right? So it's not like you can really have this great attention for detailed stuff like that. But so he was doing very beautifully detailed drawings, studying the plant. You see how you have all the parts of the flower, etc., studying it very, very thoroughly. Then he would send the drawing back home through a ship, right, that was periodically intercepting the ship here. And in the drawing, he had noted all the colors and where to put the colors. So the brother in the Kew Garden was painting them using the colors that were marked by the brother. So just an incredible feel. Look how beautiful this is, right? And you can see the English were studying, in this case, the plants, all the parts, in a very scientific, systematic way, because then they were exploiting the plant. Some plant like the tea, right? The tea was originally from China, but then the English transplanted it in India because they control India and not China. So, well, they tried, right, with the Opium War and stuff, right? So, or the breadfruit. Some of you already maybe heard this story. The breadfruit was what during the Blight expedition were trying to get this the Blight of the mutiny of the Bounty, right? The Bounty was carrying breadfruit coming from the west, from the Pacific, right? And they were trying to bring the breadfruit to not the Pacific, so the Atlantic, to the Atlantic, from the Pacific to the Atlantic, because they wanted to use it to feed the slaves, because it was cheap. And then with the Bounty and the mutiny and whatnot, but that was the reason why they were interested so much in those plants, right? So this instead is Sybilla Merian. Sybilla Merian was a Dutch artist, second half of 1600 more or less, or about mid 1600. She was married and divorced and whatnot. She packed up with the daughter and went to Suriname. Suriname in 1600 was very bad. It was a jungle, and there with the daughter she started making this beautiful illustration, and you can see what she did here. This is 1600, right? You see the plant, and then she also put the animal that were living in the plant symbiotically. So you had this kind of lizard going probably to eat this moth or butterfly here, and then you have here, look, the cocoon open, right? And then you have the caterpillar, and then you have the larva. So it's really the life cycle very early. Look at this, right? Look how beautiful this is, the caterpillar, right? And somewhere here is going to be also the cocoon, and then you have the open butterfly. So this is Sybilla Merian. Look how beautiful this is, right? See that here. She created basically the life cycle. She was Dutch again, and probably Suriname was part of the Dutch Indies, I think. I'm not sure, but this is the same thing, right? So these stories of there's more. There's plenty of this book, but we're not gonna go over them, right? All of them. But I just wanted to show you for how long people have been painting these plants, and with what passion, right? With great attention to the aesthetics. So now we go back to our humble iris. Our humble iris here, right? And